It's just comedy.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra.
Thank you. This is Groucho Marx. Well, here I am, stepping in over my head again.
With Fibber McGee and Molly.
Folks, this is just as new to me as it is to you.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Well, what an original greeting.
Hello and welcome to another week of comedy, funny, haha, on Dwayne Old Time Radio. One thing, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribing is 100% free. Also, one more thing, if you have a few seconds or 1 minute, please leave a review on your preferred podcast service. Thank you, and hope you enjoy. The Aldrich family returns. This week we have 2 episodes. The first one is their 43rd episode, Coupon Crazy, April 23rd, 1940. And then we have their 44th episode, which is titled Model Airplane, April 30th, 1940.
Family, starring Ezra Stone and written by Clifford Goldsmith, brought to you by Jell-O Puddings, those delicious new desserts all America's been talking about. They say the happiest years of life are the teens, but I know one person who has his doubts. Henry Aldrich. Henry has all the troubles and growing pains that most boys go through in their high school days, for Henry is a typical American boy. The scene opens in the Aldrich kitchen. The time is Saturday morning.
But, Mother, why won't you?
Because we can't afford it, Henry.
We can't afford just 8 cents?
I'm sorry, but that is the condition this family is in.
We can't afford 8 cents for what, Mother?
Believe it or not, Mary, we can't afford just 8 cents worth of breakfast food.
You mean Father's lost his law practice?
Your father has not lost his law practice. That 8 cents would be only the beginning.
Of what?
Well, Dizzy and I are saving breakfast food coupons, Mary, to get an outboard motor for a rowboat. And all I'm doing is asking Mother to stock up.
Yes, dear. And you might also explain that all you need is 12,000 coupons.
But we don't, Mother. We've already got quite a few. All we need now is 11,214.
Well, we are not stocking up with any 11,214 packages of breakfast food.
I'm not asking anything so ridiculous, Mother. At the most, I'm just asking you to buy 200 packages.
All at once, Henry?
Sure, we can use that in a year, easy.
Henry, I don't want to hear anything more about it.
Okay. Has Mr. Sutherland called this morning?
Not that I know of.
What would he be calling for?
Nothing, Mother. Just something I asked him to call me about.
Isn't he your Sunday school teacher, Henry?
Yes, Mary. Mother, have you tried looking at it from this way? If I were asking you to buy chewing gum or candy, it might be different. But breakfast food. Think of all the nourishment there'd be in 200 boxes.
And where would we keep 200 boxes?
Right here in the kitchen, where they'd be handy.
And where would I cook?
All right. You cook here in the kitchen, and I'll give over my room to the breakfast food.
And then you can spend all your time up there reading it.
All right, Mary. Ridicule me today, but wait until you look out on a lake someday and see me in a rowboat with a 2.5 horsepower outboard motor on it. Then maybe you won't think I'm so humorous.
Won't I? I'll answer the phone.
Mother, as soon as Mary is through with that call, do you mind if I phone Father's office?
What for, dear?
Well, I want to remind him to get the folks at his office saving coupons.
Henry, I don't like to discourage every suggestion you make, but I happen to know that your father is extremely busy preparing a case to be tried in court next week.
But, Mother, this wouldn't take 10 seconds. And if I can get everyone at his office eating good breakfast, maybe his whole practice will pick up.
You are not going to bother him, dear. And incidentally, your father does not want you to bother Judge Thompson's family anymore either.
I haven't been bothering the Thompsons.
You've been trying to get Mrs. Thompson to save coupons for you. And your father finds it quite embarrassing when he has to try cases before Judge Thompson.
But Judge Thompson ought to be grateful.
In what way?
I'm employing his son.
I beg your pardon.
Sure, didn't I tell you? Freddie works for me.
Doing what?
Eating breakfast food. I pay him.
And who pays for the breakfast food?
Judge Thompson. But Freddie's got to eat something, hasn't he? And he might as well eat this and have it count towards something.
Henry, Mr. Sutherland just phoned and left a message for you.
For me?
Yes, Henry. He said that he'd considered your proposition, and he didn't think it would be ethical.
It wouldn't be ethical. It wouldn't be ethical. Huh. Can you imagine that?
What did you ask him to do, Henry?
If that isn't the most absurd thing I ever heard of.
What did you ask him to do?
The most simple thing in the world. All I asked him to do was to suggest at Sunday school that the class lend me a hand and eat my kind of breakfast food.
Henry Aldrich.
I don't blame you for feeling that way, Mother. It wouldn't have hurt him to ask him. And I would have been perfectly willing to give him a commission.
I believe it.
Well, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to change my church.
Oh, no, you're not, Henry.
Oh, yes, I am, Mother. If you ask me, I don't think Mr. Sutherland has a Christian-like attitude.
Will one you see who's at the front door, please?
I'll go, Mary. It may be one of the men I have working for me.
Hello, Henry.
Oh, hello, Freddie. Come on in.
I got some bad news for you.
Yeah?
My mother says I can't eat so much breakfast food.
Why not?
My father wants to buy a car.
What's that got to do with it?
We need the money.
But I'm paying you good money.
But look at what you're paying me. 50 cents for every 500 coupons.
All right, if you keep on saving, I'll give you an interest in the motorboat, too.
I still don't think my folks can afford it.
Well, why don't you ask them which they'd rather have, a car or a motorboat?
But my father can't go to the courthouse in a motorboat, can he?
Freddie, I'm not sure, but I think I just had an idea.
Yeah? What else have I got to eat?
Nothing. All you have to do is sit back and count. Where's your father buying the car?
I heard him mention Johnson's Automobile Agency.
Well, let's go down there.
Why?
Well, if Johnson wants your father's business, they ought to be willing to cooperate a little, shouldn't they?
How?
By saving breakfast food coupons for us. Come on, Freddie. Let's put it up to them.
Joe, see who the two gentlemen are out in the showroom.
Okay, Mr. Johnson. Hi. What can I do for you?
How do you do? We're just looking.
They have some very nice cars here.
Are you buying a car?
Well, we aren't exactly, but a friend of ours is.
He is.
Yeah, and he asked us to sort of look around for him.
What's his name?
Well, I'm not sure he'd want his name mentioned just now.
He just wants your advice.
Yes, sir.
How much is that car?
$7.95.
That's the kind he's considering.
How much is that sedan over there?
$28.40.
$2,840?
Yes, sir.
Is that FOB or delivered?
FOB.
How many spare tires does that include?
2.
Only 2.
You mind if we try sitting in it?
Do you have to sit in that one?
Well, we would like to see what it's like.
Yeah.
You sit in the back, Henry.
Why should I sit in the back?
Who's buying this?
Boys, let me show you something. When you push each other against the doors like that, it scratches.
Gee, that's the trouble with a black car. It shows every button you've got.
Gee, I must have hit it.
Don't touch anything in there.
No, sir.
Not a bad dash, Freddie.
I don't like it as well as last year's, Henry.
Yeah, well, is that the speedometer?
That's the clock.
That isn't the right time, though, is it?
It isn't even running.
What's this here?
That's an ash receptacle. Would you mind putting it back, please?
Gee, it broke right off.
I asked you not to touch it.
I know, but it shouldn't break like that.
Well, what do you know about that?
You mind my asking? Does either of you have $2,800 in your pocket?
I haven't.
You have it between you?
No, sir.
Well, will you step real carefully, like, out of the car?
Wouldn't you be interested in our making an offer?
For this job?
Well, it's a proposition for any car.
No.
But we know somebody that's buying.
Well, What's your offer?
Well, do you mind if I ask what you eat for breakfast?
What's that got to do with it?
Wouldn't hurt to tell us, would it?
Would you mind getting out of this? And out of this showroom?
Sure. We'll get out gladly. I guess he doesn't know who your father is, Freddie.
Nor do I care who he is.
What is it, Joe?
Just a couple of wanderers.
I guess you don't want his father to buy his car here, huh?
Who is his father?
Judge Thompson.
You're Judge Thompson's boy?
I sure am.
Well, certainly glad to know you, young man.
Thank you.
How do you do? I'm the son of Sam Aldrich.
Sam Aldrich. Well, you look just like him.
Yes, sir. That's what everybody says.
Well, make yourselves at home here.
Yes, sir.
You want the rest of your fenders ruined? Or what the pin scratch? Now, if there are any questions you'd like to ask, boys, just begin to shoot.
Yeah? What kind of breakfast food do you eat? What's that?
You heard him.
Yeah, you see, we're saving coupons, and we thought maybe...
What kind of coupon?
Well, I've got one right here in my pocket. Here it is.
We don't eat that kind right now, but I'll certainly speak to my wife about it.
You will?
I'll get her to try it someday.
You couldn't get her to start tomorrow morning, could you?
Well, Joe, see this coupon?
Yeah.
Beginning tomorrow morning, you get your wife to save these. You mean I got to give up cinnamon buns? Well, we're going to help these boys out. Tell the fellas out in the shop they're to eat this, too.
Oh, gee, that's pretty nice of you.
But here's what you're to do for me. The judge, believe it or not, is thinking of buying one from the Yellow Arrow people. It's a good car if you don't want to drive it very far.
The Yellow Arrow?
And you'll tell them about our car.
Oh, sure. Which model here do you think your dad would like, Freddie?
I like that $2,800 job.
You hear that, Joe? The boys have taste.
You think so?
Now then, when would you like to have us send a demonstration car over for you?
To ride in?
Sure.
Well, gee, are you doing anything next week, Henry?
Not that I'd planned.
Next week it is. Now, here, boys, before you go, I've got something for you. Right here on this table, here's 2 blotters for you, young man, and 2 blotters for you.
Well, gee whiz, what'll it be next?
You'll find that we'll treat you right.
Mr. Johnson.
What?
Isn't that Judge Thompson across the street?
Judge Thompson?
So it is.
You'd like to have me call him?
I don't think you ought to bother him right now. He's probably in a rush someplace.
Well, let's call him anyhow.
Well, he may not like to be pushed into a sale.
Oh, Judge.
Hey, Judge.
Yes? Like to have you come back here to the showroom a minute.
I couldn't possibly stop right now. Had you in there, Freddie?
Henry wanted me to look at something.
It'll be late for lunch.
Well, it's too bad he isn't going to come in.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
Well, I guess we better be going ourselves.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Put in a word for it.
Come on, Freddie. We've got to hurry.
Where are we going now?
Where do you think? Why, just stop at Mr. Johnson's. Let's get the Yellow Arrow Company eating for us, too. Come on.
Well, Henry doesn't miss a trick, does he? And while he's trying to persuade the Yellow Arrow Company to do a little eating for him, I'd like to mention something about eating myself, something I bet all of you ladies will agree with. It's simply this. The real spice and charm of family suppers is in variety. Something new and different all the time. Lots of good desserts at your fingertips. There's the trick. And Jell-O puddings are one mighty swell answer. For you can have infinite variety, easily and inexpensively. For instance, serve Jell-O vanilla pudding with juicy raisins added, or a covering of fluffy coconut, or fold in some tempting chopped dates. Jell-O vanilla pudding has a mellow, bland flavor that combines perfectly with fruits or coconut and gives you a new treat every time. Then try Jell-O chocolate pudding, rich and dark and luscious. And the Jell-O butterscotch pudding, as mouth-watering as golden taffy candy with a wonderful smooth richness. All 3 Jell-O puddings are quick as a flash to make. Simple directions are in every package. And when you've tried these 3 grand new desserts, you'll know why every day more and more people are saying to their grocers, give me Jell-O puddings in all 3 luscious flavors. From Henry Aldrich's activity over the last few days, his coupons should be arriving in truckloads. We pick him up now as he is counting with Freddie in Judge Thompson's home.
2,465, 2,466. I'm getting tired, Freddie.
Don't tell me you want to stop.
Maybe it's because I don't like to do anything that's wrong.
Well, go on and count, Henry.
Okay. 2,467. Listen, Freddie. Do you think that what we've been doing resembles bribery?
Bribery?
My father thinks it does.
How does he even know about it?
In an unguarded moment, I told him.
Everything?
Well, just one or two of the high spots. And he says we ought to go to your father and confess.
Forget it. All we've done is ask somebody to save a few breakfast food coupons.
Sure. That's the way I think I'll look at it. And besides, Mr. Johnson hasn't even given all of his yet.
That's what I say.
Well, 2,468, 2,000... No matter what you say, Freddie, I'm going to tell your father.
Henry, you want to make the mistake of your life.
But it was last Saturday that we did it, and I haven't slept since.
Well, don't go down to the courthouse to confess it.
You mean it would make it legal if I did it down there?
He doesn't like to be bothered. He's very strict about a thing like that.
Hello, Freddie.
Where did you come from, Father?
Oh, spend Saturday afternoon at home. Mother here?
She's out someplace.
Who's that in there with you?
Just Henry.
Well.
Judge Thompson, could I speak with you a minute?
Henry, you're only going to upset him.
Just as soon as I take my coat off and put these packages down.
If you tell him, he's going to look at it from a purely technical point of view.
Yeah, but my father's trying a case in front of him, and he says I've got to get things straightened out.
But you don't know what you're walking into. Father can't stand crime.
Crime?
Here, help me pick these coupons up.
Stick them inside your shirt. I'll put some in mine.
What we ought to have is a vacuum cleaner.
Well, Henry?
Okay.
What is it that's on your mind?
Judge Thompson, my father asked me to tell you something.
All right, Henry. Proceed.
Well, I just wanted to say, is it true you're buying an automobile?
I have been thinking of it.
Well, I think that's a very good idea.
That reminds me, there are several packages here that were left in my name at the courthouse. I wonder whether you boys would know anything about them.
Packages, Judge Thompson?
Of what, Father?
That's the curious part of it. This first package was left by some representative from the Johnson Automobile Agency. It contains several breakfast food coupons.
Isn't that strange?
It certainly is. Another package is from the Yellow Arrow Agency. And here is one from the Centerville Used Car Emporium.
All containing coupons, Father?
All containing coupons.
Do you suppose they're giving breakfast food coupons with cars this year?
You boys aren't by any chance saving breakfast food coupons, are you?
Saving them?
I hope that no one in this town thinks that I've reached the age where I save them.
No, I should think not.
At first, I was afraid you boys might be taking advantage of the fact I was considering a car. But knowing you as I do, I'm sure that bribery would be the last thing either of you would stoop to.
Yes, sir. If there's one thing that's terrible, it's bribery.
It certainly is. And it's one thing I never tolerate.
Yes, sir.
I'll tie these up again.
You mean you're going to return them?
I certainly don't know why I should keep them. But let's get back to what you were going to tell me.
Why, Freddie, do you remember what it was?
It certainly skipped my memory.
I had it right on the tip of my tongue, Judge Thompson. I couldn't tell you now if I had to.
Freddie, what in the world do you have wadded up inside your shirt?
Oh, that must be my underwear.
What do? Just carry it there? I see Henry's does the same thing.
Yeah, mine keeps slipping down.
I'll answer the phone, Father.
I'll answer it, thank you. I'll take it upstairs. It may be the call I'm expecting.
Freddie, take a look out the window.
What?
Coming up the walk. It's Mr. Johnson.
It is a fine time for him to come.
Didn't I tell you I should have confessed?
I certainly didn't stop you. You go to the door, Henry.
You go yourself. This is your house.
Freddie, you see who it is at the door, please.
Oh, is somebody there?
Here I am, boys, as good as my word.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, we don't feel we should be of any more trouble to you.
Now, don't you worry about that. The car is right out in front. And by the way, here are some more blotters for you. Ready?
Yes, Father.
Who's at the door?
A man with some blotters.
Wasn't that your dad that called?
Yes, sir.
Ask him to come along with us.
I don't think he'd have time, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, it'll do him good to get out for a ride.
I don't think we'd better even bother him.
Well, let me step in and ask him. Ready?
mind closing that door? It's causing a draft up here.
See how nervous he is?
And if we like the car, that's all that counts with him.
Well, okay.
You wait in the car, and we'll be with you just as soon as we get our things on.
Hurry up, Henry. Get your coat. We gotta get out of here.
Freddie, take a look out the window.
Why?
There are 2 more men coming up the walk, and they both got cars out by the curb.
They're crazy. There are 4 cars out there, and 2 station wagons are just pulling up.
Let's go out the back door.
And leave him here with my father?
Well, I don't want them.
Do you suppose we could get in Mr. Johnson's car and tell all the rest to follow?
And what?
And give them each a try along the way.
Sure, have a demonstration of 9 cars all at once, I suppose.
How do you do?
I was sent up here from the Marvel Car Agency.
And I'm from the Honest Duty Company.
Yes, sir. We'll be right out as soon as we get our coats.
And could you please tell the others to wait in their cars?
And would you mind my asking about how many cars your father is buying?
Just 1.
Just 1.
Yeah, but he's going to be very open-minded about it.
Sure, I can see that.
Boy, I'll say.
Come on, Freddie.
Going out, boys?
Oh, yes, sir.
I want you to take a look out the window.
Out the back window?
Out the front window. Those cars out there. What do you suppose it is? A parade?
Well, maybe it's a traffic jam.
I wonder who that could be.
I didn't see anyone come up the walk.
Suppose you let me go to the door.
Oh, I just as soon answer it, Judge Thompson.
Why, Henry, you bumped into a chair.
I'll pick it up.
And I will go to the door.
Well, Freddie, here's where everything busts open.
And all because of an idea you had.
I didn't think of all of it. At least I didn't think of this part.
Well, how do you do?
How do you do, Judge?
Henry,
Is Mrs. Thompson
it's
here?
your mother.
I was just passing by, and I wondered whether she might be in.
Would you like to have me go home with you, Mother?
Wait a minute. You're not going to leave me with all the gang out there.
But my mother may want some help.
Henry, I don't need any help.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Thompson is out.
Perfectly all right, Judge Thompson. My goodness, Henry, let me fix your shirt.
I can fix it all right, thank you.
What did it do, dear? Shrink?
That's the way they wear them this year.
Oh. By the way, Henry, this isn't why I dropped in, but have you seen your father's humidor around the house any place?
His humidor? You mean that big sort of a mahogany box?
Yes.
I wonder whether that's the same one that's up under my bed.
I hope, Henry, you haven't taken to smoking your father's cigars.
Oh, no, Judge Thompson. I've just been using it to keep my coupons in.
Your coupons?
Did I say coupons?
Yes, Henry. You said coupons.
Well, that's what I mean, coupons.
Soap coupons, Henry?
Yeah, soap coupons.
What soap, dear?
Why, I wonder what that could be. Couldn't I answer that door, please?
Stay right where you are, son.
Yes, dear. Never open a door that belongs to somebody else.
How do you do, sir?
Judge Thompson, about how much longer is it going to be?
For what?
Why, for the demonstration.
You're planning a demonstration? A political demonstration?
A power demonstration. What the car can do.
You don't say so.
Of course, maybe there's a mistake someplace. You don't have 2 boys here, do you?
2 boys?
Yeah. Don't tell me I've been eating breakfast food 3 times a day just for nothing.
Boys?
You want us, Father?
Oh, there you are.
Freddie, look. There's a man here to give us a demonstration. I guess.
Hello there.
You boys are buying a car?
Well, not for ourselves. We're just looking into it for somebody.
For whom, dear?
For my Sunday school teacher, Mr. Sutherland.
Are you coming?
Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye.
Isn't it funny? Your father didn't say more?
Now listen, is your dad buying a car or isn't he?
That's just what I was going to ask.
Sure. He's going to buy a car.
Are you sure? Because my family's eaten enough breakfast food in the last week to use up the commission on 3 cars.
The trouble is, my father's sending all the coupons back to you.
Good, that's just fine. And until he buys a car, we keep them.
And you can thank yourselves for that noise.
Don't you think we'd better tell a few of them to go home, Henry?
No, Freddie, I've got a swell idea.
Another one?
Let's get in Mr. Johnson's car and tell the rest to follow him.
Where to?
Out to the edge of town.
All of them?
Sure. And on the way, Mr. Johnson, would you mind driving me by my girl's house over on Walnut Street?
listen, boys. You've timed all 9 of us in first gear. You've timed all 9 of us in second gear. You've even timed all 9 of us in reverse. There isn't anything more a car can do.
There's just one thing more, Mr. Johnson.
There is.
Sure. This is a peach of a road, and there's hardly any traffic on it. Couldn't all 9 of you line up and we'll have a race?
A race? 9 cars have a race on a public highway?
Why not?
Are you crazy? And anyhow, there aren't 9 of us anymore.
What became of the rest?
They've given up breakfast food and have gone back to their normal life.
You mean the sale is between us two?
It is.
Well, why can't we see you two race?
Oh, no.
You're afraid to.
What do you mean I'm afraid to?
Certainly looks it.
It wouldn't be a race. I'd leave them so far behind.
Says who?
I do.
Well, line up then.
You will race?
If it's speed you want, we'll give it to you.
How fast does Judge Thompson usually drive a car?
Oh, quite fast as a rule.
He does? Well, then, this is the car for him.
Oh, here he is.
All set?
He's all ready, Henry. I'll start him.
Oh, no. No. Let me start them. It was my idea, Freddie.
Okay.
Get on your mark. Get set.
Got her, Mr. Johnson?
I've got her. Go.
Hey, Freddie.
We're off.
Can't you sort of open her up, Mr. Johnson?
It is open.
Yeah, but he's way ahead.
We'll beat him or I'll give you the car.
Look at her pick up, Freddie.
We're passing him.
Keep her open, Mr. Johnson.
He's shooting ahead.
I haven't even started to go. What could that be?
Maybe there's a fire someplace.
It's a policeman.
Yeah, he's racing too.
I might have known this.
You mean we can't finish the race?
All right, stay right where you are. What is this, anyhow?
Oh, we were just racing, officer.
That's going to be a big help.
You know what the law permits?
Yes, sir.
All right, follow me back to town.
We're going to have an escort.
We certainly are.
Pull over to one side and let this car that's coming go by.
Freddie, look who it is.
Who is it?
Well, Judge, you couldn't have come along at a better time.
Uh-oh. It's my father.
Something gone wrong, boys?
Where did you get the new car, Dad?
I bought it, Betty. It was delivered just after you left.
It was.
Is that right?
Judge, you ought to take $10 from both of these men.
They were demonstrating for the boys, weren't they?
We were.
Yes. Well, report at the courthouse tomorrow morning, gentlemen, and I'll give you both a good talking to.
What becomes of the coupons we saved?
We'll turn those over to the police department. Perhaps they can get some new instruments for the band.
Where did you buy your car, Judge Thompson?
Didn't you know, Henry, that during the week your Sunday school teacher sells cars?
Him?
Yes.
Well, what do you know about that?
Henry Aldrich will be back with us in just a moment. We don't like to think, ladies and gentlemen, that Jell-O puddings could ever create what might be termed a domestic situation. But, just listen to our latest letter of the week. The author, Mr. Rodman Powell of San Francisco, is here in our Hollywood studio right now, enjoying a visit to the City of Stars as a guest of those star desserts, Jell-O puddings. And I'm going to ask him if he'll just read us what he wrote. Mr. Powell.
My favorite Jell-O pudding is chocolate. And it used to be that when my wife served it, she always made my dish a bit larger than the rest. Well, that started trouble right away. First, my daughter gave me a big hug and kiss and wanted to trade dishes with me. Next week, my son offered me a free copy of the magazine he sells if I'd trade with him. So now we always make up 2 packages for each meal instead of 1. And we all have extra big dishes. My wife doesn't mind because it's as easy to prepare 2 boxes as 1. And in this way, everybody's happy.
So everything's all right now, Mr. Powell.
To tell the truth, I don't know whether it is or not. There's some talk about 3 packages for each meal, and we may end up with 4, 1 for each of us. Because when it comes to Jell-O puddings, about the only word my family seems to know is more.
Well, that just proves that you folks know a good thing when you taste it. And speaking of more and more families every day are discovering the smooth, mellow delight of Jell-O chocolate pudding, exclaiming over its rich, old-fashioned chocolatey flavor. They like Jell-O vanilla and butterscotch pudding, too, and they enjoy them often because they're easy and economical to serve. So try these 3 delicious new Jell-O puddings yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You'll say you never tasted anything so good.
You know, Mary, Mr. Putney says I have a perfect lip for it.
A perfect lip for what, Henry?
For the cornet, Mary. He says he'll have me playing Jingle Bells by Christmas.
And where will the rest of us be by then?
Yeah, but once you get used to the cornet, it'll develop your musical appreciation.
Well, musical appreciation with fanfares, frills, trills, and many laughs will be coming your way next week, so be sure to listen at the same time for more adventures of Henry Aldrich. The Aldrich Family, starring Ezra Stone, is written by Clifford Goldsmith. Original music composed and conducted by Felix Mills. Don Wilson speaking and wishing you good night for those delicious new desserts all America's talking about, Jell-O puddings.
Starring Ezra Stone, written by Clifford Goldsmith. Brought to you by Jell-O puddings. They're tops in taste. To the gallery of typical American boys, such as Penrod, Tom Sawyer, Peck's Bad Boy, we add the name of Henry Aldrich. But now let's go out to the little town of Centerville. Our scene opens on the hillside on the outskirts of town. The model airplane race Henry and his father worked for weeks to win has just finished. Henry is talking to Mr. Collins, the referee.
Yes, but, Mr. Collins, my plane was flying against a very strong headwind.
But I made allowance for the headwind.
You did?
Yes, Henry.
Mr. Collins, what kind of a watch did you time Henry's plane with?
With this stopwatch.
Is it a pretty good one?
It is. Billy Walker's model covered the course in 1/2 of a second less than Henry's.
Not by my watch, Mr. Collins.
Is yours a stopwatch, Dizzy?
No, but it used to belong to my grandfather.
Is your grandfather an official for this race?
No, but he carried this watch for 35 years and nothing ever happened. Hey, gee whiz, look at it.
Did it break, Dizzy?
Henry, you're standing on the mainspring.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Here's the stem, too.
Well, where did Mr. Collins go?
He walked away. That's a swell thing for him to do. I ought to make him pay for this watch. Mr. Collins. Hey, Mr. Collins.
Now, wait a minute. I just went over and got these figures.
What are they?
Henry, when your plane was flying, the wind was blowing at 11.5 miles an hour. When Billy Walker's was flying, the wind was 4.5 miles an hour. So I naturally made an allowance of 6 miles an hour in Henry's favor.
Well, Henry, does that sound right to you? As a matter of fact, isn't 4.5 from 11.5 7?
No, sir.
No, I guess 6 is right.
Of course it is.
Only it certainly looks like 7. And I could swear Henry's plane went faster.
Someplace there's been a big mistake.
What seems to be the trouble, Henry?
Father, you and I lose the race by just half a second.
And a half a second is a half a second.
I know, Mr. Collins, but that's all it is.
Henry, may I speak with you?
Where, Father?
Right over here.
You want to speak to me, too, Mr. Aldrich?
No, thank you.
What is it, Father?
Henry, don't you think that as long as we lost the race, it would be better if we said nothing more about it?
But, Father, Dizzy's watch didn't register 16.5 seconds.
Does his watch have half seconds on it?
No, but up until a few minutes ago, it always kept perfect time.
Henry,
Henry, I happen to be doing some business with Billy Walker's father, and it might be just as well if you didn't say anything more about it.
But, Dad, look at all the time we spent building that plane.
After all, we did finish second.
Sure.
Henry, I want to tell you and your father something.
Sorry, Dizzy, but I've got to go back to the office.
Well, you'd be very much interested, Mr. Aldrich.
Tell Henry.
Henry, I knew all the time there was something phony. Henry, wasn't every plane that was supposed to go in the race be made by a father and a son?
Sure.
Well, I'll bet you anything Billy Walker and his father didn't make theirs.
Well, where do you think they got it?
I know where. I was just overlooking at it, and I remember seeing the very same thing down in Jones's sporting goods store.
Are you sure, Dizzy?
There's only one thing about it that's different. Billy's is blue, and the one at the store was red.
Then it can't be the same plane, can it?
No, that's what you think. I scratched a little of the blue paint off, and right underneath was the red paint.
Yeah?
Yeah. Henry, if you win, it means a trip to the Capitol.
Well, gee whiz, I don't care what my father says. I'm going down to Mr. Walker's office.
Now, wait a second. Don't go rushing into this.
Why not?
I've got a book at home that'll tell you exactly what to do in a case like this.
Well, what should we do?
Well, before we come right out and accuse anybody, we've got to get proof. That's the important thing, Henry.
Naturally, Dizzy. Anybody knows that. Because you accuse somebody doesn't mean he's guilty. You've got to get proof. I hope you don't think I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you don't know as much about those things as I do, Henry.
No, well, I know where I'm going.
Where?
Follow me. When we bust this case open, it'll shock everybody.
Sure.
Especially my father. Yes, sir. When he hears of it, he'll be speechless. Where are we going? Wait until I show you. Wasn't it funny, Dizzy, when we were talking with Mr. Collins? I could have sworn 4.5 from 11.5 would leave 7.
Same here. But I guess you got to put it down on paper before you can believe it.
Yeah, must have been the fractions that threw us off.
Didn't I tell you, Henry? Look in the window. Look.
Well, you mean here in Jones's sporting goods store? Well, that's the same identical plane the Walkers had. Come on.
Now, wait a second, Henry. Let's do this carefully.
We're going to. We aren't going to rush into it. We'll just be casual.
That's it. And all we'll do is make out we want to buy something, and then we'll gradually lead up to the plane.
Right.
Come on in. Well, where is Mr. Jones?
I guess he must be in the back. When he comes out, don't mention why we're here.
Something you boys want?
We just thought we'd look around, Mr. Jones.
At airplanes.
Dizzy.
Did I say airplanes? What I meant was, that's the only thing we aren't interested in.
I see.
Mr. Jones, do you carry baseball bats?
You're looking right at baseball bats.
Am I? Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe that's why I mentioned them.
How much are they, Mr. Jones?
50 cents up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how much are your tennis rackets?
$1.95 up.
Oh, yeah. Well, how much your fishing tackle?
$25 down.
Oh, Dizzy, look at the airplane models. Oh, sure enough. I haven't seen those before.
Which kind?
The kind Mr. Walker bought. I mean...
What kind did he buy?
Oh, did he buy one?
Who?
I thought you said Mr. Walker bought one.
When did I make that statement?
No, Dizzy, you misunderstood. What Mr. Jones...
No, just what did you boys come in here for?
Well, Mr. Jones, would you mind if we should ask you something confidentially?
What?
Did Mr. Walker buy one of those planes you have in the window?
Buy one? Not here, he didn't. I only stocked up with 5, and they're all right there.
Are you sure you couldn't have miscounted them?
Yes, sir. Why?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. We were just asking out of sheer curiosity.
Casually.
Well, look who's coming across the street.
Oh, gee whiz, Dizzy, it's Mr. Walker. Well, Mr. Jones, I guess we better be going.
Good afternoon, Jones.
Oh, hiya, Walker.
Hello, Mr. Walker.
Sorry my boy and I had to beat you today.
Oh, we were glad to have you win. I think I'll be going, Dizzy.
I think I might as well, too.
Walker, maybe you can answer a question for these boys.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Jones. Don't bother him about it.
What was the question?
Well, I can assure you, Mr. Jones, I don't know how the question even came up.
Oh, Walker, Henry and his buddy thought you bought an airplane here.
You mean the plane Billy and I won the race with?
Oh, no, Mr. Walker.
Well, what plane did you mean?
Oh, not any, Mr. Walker. Henry's just confused.
Oh, well, I'm relieved to hear that. I'll be seeing Henry's father down at his office in just a few minutes.
Hello, Henry.
Hiya, Phyllis.
I just saw your father, Henry.
You did?
Mr. Collins was talking to him.
Well,
Mr. Collins was quite mad about something.
About what? I'm leaving, Dizzy. Well, so am I. Goodbye, Mr. Walker.
Goodbye.
Gee whiz, Dizzy, now look at what you've done. Well, I at least tried, didn't I? Didn't I tell you my father doesn't want to upset Mr. Walker? You never mentioned it. Well, you should have known anyhow. All we did was practically accuse him of cheating. Henry. What? Never mind about your father. Here comes mine right towards us. Good. I hope the first thing he asks is where your watch is. That's friendship. I tried to help you win a race, and what thanks do I get?
Henry, wait for me.
What does Phyllis want?
What do you think I just heard Mr. Jones say to Mr. Walker back in the store?
What?
They looked at each other very suspiciously, and Mr. Walker said, "Where do you suppose those boys got that idea?"
He did, Phyllis?
Yeah.
Do you see that, Henry? And now do you say I haven't helped you? Well, I don't know. Did he say anything else, Phyllis?
Mr. Jones said, "Well, I guess we spiked that."
Oh, we did, eh?
Is that important?
Is it important, Phyllis? Is it important?
Well, I gotta go, Henry. I'll see you later.
Gee whiz, Henry, all we gotta do now is to go through with it. Don't you think so, Dick? I've got a fingerprint outfit at home, and I always knew that someday it would come in handy. We'll find out whether that plane of Billy Walker's did come from the store. Sure, all we have to do is get Mr. Jones's fingerprints. And then Mr. Walker's. Only maybe we ought to be careful about taking Mr. Walker's. He won't even know we're doing it. And listen, Henry, we ought to be really systematic and get everybody's print in town. Everybody? Do you realize how big this town is? But, Henry, look what they do in Washington. They don't get a few, they get millions. Well, I guess maybe if they can do that in Washington, we can handle this town. Come on.
Well, here it is, friends, the 6th week of spring. Spring, spring, glorious spring. When a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of, well, you know the rest of that saying. But now that we mention it, just how true is that old saying about a young man's fancy? Suppose we see if we can't find out. Let's ask some young man for his opinion. Listen.
Yes, the statement is perfectly true. In the spring, my fancy certainly does turn to thoughts of Jell-O vanilla pudding.
Oh.
In fact, I think I eat more Jell-O vanilla pudding in the spring than in any other season of the year. Except, of course, winter, summer, and fall.
Yes, well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is an observation that everybody will be glad to echo. Because just about everyone who has ever tasted it agrees that Jell-O vanilla pudding is a mighty swell dessert. Jell-O vanilla pudding has a gloriously smooth texture, as smooth as golden rich cream. And the flavor of Jell-O vanilla pudding, well, it's simply irresistible. A grand vanilla flavor that hits a new high for luscious, delicate goodness. So try this tempting treat just as soon as you can, and find out the truth of another popular saying which goes like this. When there's Jell-O vanilla pudding for dessert, the thing you think of first is second. Now, getting back to the troubles of Henry Aldrich. Henry feels that he has been cheated out of first place in an airplane model contest and is trying his best to prove it. The time is evening. The scene opens in Henry's room.
It's a funny thing, Henry, how my grandfather was able to carry this watch for 35 years, and I drop it at the end of a week. Listen, Dizzy, put that away. Haven't we got work to do? I've got to get it all back together. I've got it all back together except for these two wheels, and if I don't find out where they go, my father, well, will kill me. He will, huh? But we're coming to the most crucial part of our job. Here we are. We've got fingerprint powder and fingerprint ink. Henry, aren't your folks having some guests here tonight? Well, I don't think we ought to take their fingerprints, Dizzy. Listen, I thought you weren't going to show favoritism. Yeah, I know, Dizzy, but they're... All right, then. We just as well not start this. Well, can this fingerprint ink do any damage? How could it? But supposing it should get on something. It comes right out. Listen, here are the instructions for washing. It says, easy method for removing. No worry need be caused by damage. Merely dip in kerosene, rinse, and wash with strong abrasive. If first results are not satisfactory, add lemon juice and rub harder.
Well, gee, there isn't anything to worry about there, is there?
Of course there isn't.
The only thing is, Dizzy, when you shake hands with a person, I should think they'd feel the ink pad in your hand.
Do you think they would?
Well, why not? What would they think it was?
Almost anything.
For what? Name me one other thing that feels like a pad of ink.
All right. How would this be? We'll just rub a little ink on the palms of our hands.
That might work.
Sure, look, I've got some on already. Now watch, when I hold my hand down here at my side, do you notice it?
No. Yeah, I think I'll put a little on.
Well, hurry up so we can be downstairs when the guests begin to come.
Okay. I'm all fixed.
Wait a second. Have you got a handkerchief?
What for?
I've got it. I've got it.
Use your own.
My watch is wrapped up in it. My watch is...
Here, take mine. Here.
Never mind, I haven't got to anymore.
Come on downstairs.
When we go into the living room, you let me shake hands with your mother and father.
Why can't I have one of them?
Why should you, their son, step up and shake hands with them? Do you want to give the whole thing away?
Well, I get the first two guests then.
Yeah. Now, when I get the ink on your mother and father, watch them carefully. The minute they touch something, Socko, we've got them.
You don't think my mother or father bought that plane, do you?
No, but you never can tell. Someday they might be wanted for something.
Henry!
Yes, Mother?
Are you out in the hall?
We're just coming into the living room.
You mustn't stay down here long.
Oh, we won't, Mother.
Good evening, Mr. Aldrich.
Good evening.
Would you like to shake hands with me?
Shake hands? Weren't you here with us for dinner?
Yeah, but I just came downstairs again.
I don't think it's necessary to shake hands. Henry, could you hand me my pipe, please?
I'll hand it to him, Henry.
Let me hand it to him, Dizzy.
Please, Henry.
Here, Sam. I'll hand it to you.
Thank you, Alice.
Mrs. Aldrich, wouldn't you like to shake hands with me?
No, thank you, Dizzy.
Won't you boys sit down before one of you knocks something over?
I think I will.
I guess I will, too.
Henry.
Yes, Mother?
I don't like to seem rude, but we are expecting guests.
Well, couldn't we stay down here just until they've arrived, Mother?
Why do you want to do that?
Well, don't you think it'd be nice for us to help greet them?
Henry, I'd do as your mother asks.
Well, in that case, I think I'll be going home.
Oh, must you go?
I think I will. Would you like to shake hands now as I'm leaving, Mr. Aldrich?
I don't think it will be necessary.
I may not be seeing you again right away.
No.
Sam, the least you can do is shake hands with the boy.
Well, if it'll make him any happier. Here, shake hands.
Goodbye, Mr. Aldrich.
Goodbye.
Would you like to shake hands too, Mrs. Aldrich?
I'm sorry, but I've got to go out to the kitchen.
I'll go to the door with you, Dizzy.
You know, I think I changed my mind, Henry. I may not go home after all.
Just 1 minute, boys.
Something you wanted, Father?
Dizzy, what's this I have on my hand?
Why,
This black ink.
Why... Well, how do you suppose that could have gotten there?
May I see your hand?
My left hand?
Your right hand.
Oh, well, what do you know about that? Do you suppose I could have gotten that from you?
Henry, may I see your hand?
Were you talking to me, Father?
May I see it, please?
Well, will you look at that?
If I were you, I would go upstairs and wash my hands.
Yes, Mr. Aldrich, that's the least we can do.
I agree, and please do not come back down while the guests are here.
But, Father, we've got to.
What for?
We've got to get their fingerprints.
You're not going to do any such thing.
No, Mr. Aldrich?
No.
Come on, Dizzy.
Now, I've got to go out to the kitchen and wash my hands.
You know, Dizzy, I had a feeling all the time we shouldn't be doing this.
Well, that's only part of the trouble. There's something you don't even know anything about.
What?
Well, when I came in the front door this evening, I put some ink on the doorknob.
On the outside?
On both sides.
Gee whiz, Dizzy.
I did it so we'd be sure to get everybody.
Well, we've got to wipe it off.
If we do, Henry, we won't have prints of anybody but our own.
Boys, have you gone upstairs?
Yeah, in 1 minute, Mother.
I hope we won't have to tell Dizzy's father and mother father when they come.
When who comes?
Your mother and father.
Henry, we've got to wipe that doorknob off. Give me a handkerchief.
Henry!
Yes, Father, we're just going to open the front door.
You will please go upstairs as I asked you to.
Yeah, but, Father, a mistake has been made.
Please march.
Mr. Aldrich, could I tell you?
Both of you go up those stairs.
Yes, Father. What do you think we should do in a case like this, Henry?
Well, hello there, Frank Stevens.
Oh, so you decided to let us in.
Hello there, Molly.
Hello, Alice.
Well, what do you have there, Frank? Brand new hat?
Spring has struck the Stevens. This color is what is known as dove gray.
That suit he has on is new, too.
Molly, just because you don't like checks. Say, how'd that smudge get on my hat?
Oh, Frank Stevens.
Do you suppose they sold it to me that way?
I told you all the time the car needed washing.
That isn't off the car.
If those smudges were on your new suit, I wouldn't mind.
May I take your hat, Frank?
You may.
Well, there seems to be a smudge on the crown, too.
Yeah. It's beginning to look like a tweed cap.
Put it down, Sam. You probably didn't wash your hands clean.
I washed them perfectly clean, Alice. Look at them. Yes, look at them.
Sam Aldrich.
Well, I certainly thought I washed.
Frank, let me turn your coat collar down.
How did that get up?
My goodness, dear. There. Frank, there's a smudge on your collar, too.
Hey?
Well, I didn't put it there.
Well, all of you just stand back from me. Until I came into this house, I was the best-dressed man in town.
Molly, maybe you'd better hang this hat up.
I can't take it right now, Sam. I'm going to powder my nose.
You want a mirror, Molly?
No, thank you.
She knows where her nose is.
Just the same, Molly. Would you mind looking in the mirror?
What's the matter with me?
Never mind. Just look in the mirror.
Oh!
That's where all those smudges have been coming from.
Molly, go upstairs and wash. And Sam, you go out in the kitchen.
Do you have one more place?
Henry!
Sam, what do you want Henry for?
Never mind. I'm going upstairs. Henry Aldrich.
Yes, Father.
Will you and Dizzy please come here?
Has something gone wrong, Father?
Something has.
Of what nature, Mr. Aldrich?
Did either of you boys put ink around this house?
On the front doorknob?
Yes.
Well, the fact is, Father...
What is all this fingerprinting nonsense?
Well, that's what we tried to tell you. We didn't do it as a joke. We're trying to prove Mr. Walker is guilty.
Didn't I tell you to forget Mr. Walker?
But he wasn't fair. Tell him about what we have in your room, Henry. Yeah, sure. We've got a cardboard box we found in the Walker trash barrel. And it's the box their airplane came in.
Henry, I want you to go straight to bed.
Yes, Father. Where do you want me to go, Mr.
You, Dizzy, may go downstairs and take a look at your father's hat.
Are there some fingerprints on it?
There are.
Do I hear Basil's voice up there?
I'm coming right down, Father.
Do you know anything about this?
Well, it's this way.
What's the matter with you?
I'm going to sneeze.
Well, where's your handkerchief?
It's right here.
Basil, look at your grandfather's watch.
Father, could I please come down?
I'll see you at breakfast.
Sam, quick!
What's the matter?
Another guest is at the front door. Henry!
Yes, Mother?
Will you please come to your breakfast?
I'm on the telephone, Mother. Hello, Mr. Stevens? Yeah, I just started to give you the directions. Dip your hat in kerosene, see? Yeah. And if that doesn't work, do you have any lemons in the house? Yes, sir. Just straight lemon juice. And then I think you'll find everything will come right out of your hat. Yes, sir. How's Dizzy this morning? Is that right? Is that right? I won't be seeing him until the end of the week? Goodbye, Mr. Stevens.
Oh, Henry, may I talk with you?
Why, I haven't eaten my breakfast yet, Father.
I'd like to see you now before I leave for the office.
Yes, Father.
Sit down on this sofa here.
Yes, Father.
Did I ask you yesterday not to go around trying to prove that Mr. Walker and his son did not honestly win that race?
Yes, sir, but that was before we knew everything, Father.
Finding an empty cardboard box is hardly sufficient evidence to prove someone has been cheating.
But don't you see, you and I are being gypped out of a trip to the Capitol.
The fact still remains I asked you not to do anything more about it.
For why, Father? Why?
Because, Henry, Mr. Walker did buy that plane.
He did?
Yes.
I knew all the time he cheated us. Who told you?
Mr. Walker told me when he came over to my office yesterday.
Oh, gee whiz, then we did get first prize. We can go after all.
Henry, did you know that some weeks ago Billy Walker was taken ill?
Yes, but, Father, that was way back in February.
Did you know that off and on for nearly 2 months, the boy lay in bed with a high fever?
He wasn't sick the day of the race, though. I know he wasn't. I saw him walking around with my own eyes.
That's the point, son. What finally broke Billy's fever was the announcement in the Centerville Times of that airplane race.
How could that break it?
From the time he went to bed, it was the first and only thing he took any interest in.
He certainly couldn't have wanted to go into it any more than I did.
Now, wait, son, wait. The doctors told Mr. Walker it was absolutely imperative for Bill to have a plane and go into the race. That's the reason. And that's the only reason Mr. Walker went out and bought the plane.
I know, Father, but gee whiz, look at it this way.
I'm going to leave it entirely up to you. You may do anything about it you care to.
You mean to say that Billy's going to take that trip to the Capitol when he knows he cheated?
He doesn't know he cheated. Aside from you and I, son, there are only 2 people in this town who know that plane wasn't built in Walker's basement.
Who are they?
One is Billy's father, and the other is Mr. Jones.
I knew all the time Mr. Jones was lying. And he humiliated me right in front of Mr. Walker. Henry, are you in the house there? Is that you, Dizzy? Excuse me for coming right in, but I've got some great news for you.
Oh, good morning, Dizzy.
Good morning, Mr. Aldrich. I shouldn't be here, but I've got to tell Henry. Listen, I was lying in bed this morning, and I got to subtracting. Subtracting what? Those figures of Mr. Collins. When you take 4.5 from 11.5, you don't get 6. No, you get 7. Billy Walker didn't win that race. You won it by more than a second. Yeah? Sure. It's as clear as anything. The only thing is, Dizzy, when you subtract 4.5 from 11.5, you do get 6. No, sure you do. You do? Of course. Well, I'll be darned, Henry. I guess you're right. Sure. Sure, I couldn't have won the race. Isn't that right, Father?
For once, Henry, your mathematics are absolutely correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, is there a swell, tasty dessert in the house? The answer is yes when you've got a package of Jell-O chocolate pudding on the pantry shelf. There's no doubt about it. With Jell-O chocolate pudding for dessert, you're all fixed for a feast. Because this grand pudding has a flavor that's really and truly delicious. And with the first dip of the spoon, you'll know you're in for a lot of keen enjoyment. Jell-O chocolate pudding is full of rich, chocolatey goodness. A pleasing, mellow flavor that spells real satisfaction. It's a creamy, smooth dessert, unsurpassed for topping off a meal in top-notch style. And you'll find that Jell-O chocolate pudding is both easy and inexpensive to serve. So tomorrow night for dinner, delight the family with this tempting chocolate treat. There's a world of luscious pleasure already and waiting for you in Jell-O chocolate pudding.
can't begin to tell you how pleased I was with you this morning.
Thank you, Father. Oh, do we have any steel wool in the house?
What do you want it for?
I'm going over and help Dizzy clean his father's hat.
If there is anything left of Mr. Stevens' hat when Henry and Dizzy get through with it, I'll eat mine. The Aldrich Family, starring Ezra Stone, is written by Clifford Goldsmith. Original music is composed and conducted by Jack Miller. This is Harry Von Zell speaking and wishing you good night for Jell-O Pudding.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Well, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe, wish you well, and as always, peace.